it's for you too. And my men also use the oil in their beards too. So
Okay.
don't count yourself out.
Okay.
But
All
go
right.
ahead.
That's a good one. All right. That's a good one. But how can somebody who's interested purchase your products?
So you can visit my website, www.love.locs.com, and everything is on there.
You are now listening to
The Really Joe podcast. Really Joe. Really.
All right. So today we got Alex, also known as Tay, and another young entrepreneur from my city, our city, your city of Hope, Arkansas, by the way.
Hustle, hustle.
Yeah. Tay is another young entrepreneur. What are you 30 yet?
Yes, I'm 32.
32. When did you start becoming an entrepreneur?
Um, 2019, really. I mean, I've done hair on the side forever, but as far as when I saw myself as an entrepreneur was 2019.
2019. So
Uh-huh.
how did you determine what your first endeavor or product was gonna be?
Well, because it really started as a service. I started by doing hair, and the products came after that. But I took a course to become a loctician, and my lock mentor, she had products that she was selling wholesale. So I started buying them and doing the products that way.
Mhm.
So that's how.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what's the products that you offer now?
The products that I have is my locking cream, and the number one seller is the hydrating oil. It's a scalp and skin hydrating oil. Those are my two products. But I also on my shelves I have cream of nature shampoo and conditioner, just because those are the things I use and that I recommend for my clients. So I have those. But as far as what I make, my with my name on it is the locking cream and the hydrating oil.
So I'm guessing that the hydrating oil promotes growth.
Yes.
Okay.
Promotes growth, fights dandruff, a few
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
So I'm guessing you kind of found because you make it all yourself, right?
Right.
Okay. So I'm guessing you found the best formula just trial and error on yourself.
Well, I started out working on it as a trial and error, but like I said, my lock mentor, she was selling it wholesale, and then we ended up working out arrangements where I bought the recipe from her. So I bought her recipe because she's been in the game 20 plus years, so it was already proven, tried. So I just bought her recipe. And
Okay.
then,
So in my opinion, that's a big move from a first time entrepreneur, right?
yeah, yeah.
So who came up with the idea for you to buy the recipe?
Well, I mean, she kind of put it on the table, and she put it on the table in the beginning, but I was just wanting the cheaper route was just to buy wholesale from her. But once I saw how that was adding up, I'm like, I can go ahead and drop this, and I'll make it back in no time. When I saw how fast how people were supporting me, and how fast they was going, I just was like, yeah, it's a lump, but I'll get it back. So
Okay. So with that being said, I'm guessing it was just a one-time payment. And like she didn't want a certain percentage of the business that you do.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't really a one-time payment. It was supposed to be a one-time payment, but we kind of worked some things out, and I ended up kind of working for her, kind of helping her teach classes because she taught lock classes. So I kind of worked with her and was kind of her assistant teaching the classes to kind of pay for it also. So
Right.
I did that for some time.
Okay. All right. So I think that's cool, that worked out like that. But you went to college, right?
Uh-huh.
And you graduated.
Uh-huh.
Are you using your degree now?
Not at all. Not at all.
Hey, it's crazy how stuff like that works out, right? So you went to college for all these years, and better yet, what was your degree in?
Recreational therapy, therapeutic recreation. So yeah, that's what I was using when I was working with your wife.
Yeah.
I was using that degree then. So, and I thought that's what I was going to be in, which I loved it. It wasn't a job that I hated or anything, but it just,
Okay.
you know.
All right. So you were actually one of, I mean, I'm not sure if everybody realized this. Most people actually don't get in their field that they graduated in, well, in the field that they went to college for. Let me say that.
Right.
So you went from working in your field at a job that you didn't hate to now you work for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like just help me with and whomever may decide to check this out. When did the day come when you say, you know what, I'm in this field that I went to school for and I don't hate it, but I want to work for myself?
So actually, I was in Hope, working in Texarkana, moved here to Fayetteville. I figured coming to Fayetteville that I was going to for sure find work in my field, making some good money up here, but that wasn't the case. I got up here, really could not find, I found some, but they was like they was wanting internships. They wasn't wanting to pay a certified recreational therapist. So I ended up being a camp counselor and then doing home health. So I wasn't, right before I went full-time entrepreneur, I really wasn't in my field. I mean, I was familiar with, it was still health, home health, but it wasn't in my field. So, yeah, I ain't gonna say it made it easier to transition, but I wasn't working in my field for for a good 6 months to a year before I went into entrepreneurship.
Yeah. So one thing that I failed to mention in the previous episode with Michaela, the ultimate hustler. I meant to ask her, how key for our future or current entrepreneurs, how key do you think the location is to your business being successful?
Location is major, but at the same time, it's really about what you do. Like if you're gonna put in the work, if you're gonna put yourself out there and really, make it what it needs to be. But location did play a major part because I don't feel like in my hometown I could have charged what I charge here. It plays a factor in how much you charge. I do feel like I would have had the support there because people fool with me there. I could have got the people, but I wouldn't have been able to really charge what I wanted to charge. So
yeah.
Location plays a big role.
Right. So basically, if you would have been just doing locks and selling your product in Hope, you probably would have had to come down on the price for probably what, just you doing the hair and on your products more than likely.
I would say only doing the hair products, no, because I charge the same all across the board. And a lot of people, I got a lot of customers from Hope from that way with my products. So, and they still the same price all the way across the board. But yeah, I think I probably would have been charging a little less just because I'm from there. I know how much people really kind of make in there. It ain't, I kind of know where they're coming from.
Okay.
Would have not felt as comfortable charging them what I charge people here.
Okay. So your first day in Fayetteville, when you go out with your products, how did that first day go? Well, I'm sure you were nervous, right?
I kind of was, because see how I did it here, because like I said, I moved here. I did have a few clients in Hope, but I mean, and I was going back to Hope like once a month to do hair when I first moved up here, because there was some little extra money and I needed it. But here I didn't have any clients. So what I did when I did make up my mind that okay, I'm gonna take this more serious, up here I made some postcards. I got myself some postcards with a few of my pictures of my work, my contact information, and I took them everywhere I went. I was out in Walmart. When I see somebody with locks, I get them a card. If I'm in the drive-thru at McDonald's and they got locks, even not locks, just natural hair, I would give them a card. But I was, had to get out my comfort zone. Like I don't want to go up to these random people giving them my car, but I just did it. I was nervous, but I got out there and did it. Just passed
Yeah.
out my car.
So is it a good percentage of like black people in the Fayetteville area that's natural?
Yes, it is. Surprisingly, it is, and it's growing. The college is here, so it's so many students that was here and didn't know anybody around here to do their locks. Thought that it was a lot of people traveling back to Dallas and to Little Rock and different places to get their hair done because they didn't know that there was somebody here. Really wasn't anybody here doing it. So I kind of moved here at the right time. It kind of all was good timing.
Yeah, of course, I think Denise told me about you were moving to Fayetteville and all that. But then when I saw that you were doing the locks up there, I was like, that's gonna be great. Like I'm sure it's not that many people. And then not to mention if you get connected like with the football, basketball team, like whoo, it's gonna be
Yeah.
outside. So, just going back a little bit, I know it's probably a lot of people that have business ideas, business thoughts, but they're kind of scared to, jump out there. I'm not sure if it's finances or just the market. What would you say to those people?
You just gotta bet on yourself, activate your faith and bet on yourself. And that's just what it comes down to. If you got the idea and you believe, I don't want to carry on with that, but like, I'm a big faith person, and I feel like if you believe what the word says on that you can have what you ask for, or, whatever you think, then you got to go on that. You can have it, think it, write it down, and take the steps to get to it, and just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Okay. Well, hey, that's good advice. So coming from a man's point of view, and maybe I'm a little older than some, who they probably might not feel like that. So, like, especially like if we were younger and maybe when we got a little older, and I'm including you in this too, but
Okay.
At one point, if you saw a woman with dreads, you would probably think that she was a stud or she liked women. But now it's at an all-time high. And so with you having locks yourself, do you think that like just your more traditional styles ever come back? Or the locks is gonna be it forever?
For me, I think locks is gonna be it. I don't see myself cutting them off. And so many people do or lock their hair for different reasons. Some people go deeper into it with the whole religious or spiritual aspect of it, and some just do it. For me, it was having a hard time maintaining my natural hair. I didn't want to perm, but the natural fro is hard to maintain. So it really was a way to cut back on how much time it took me to do my hair. And when I made this transition to locks, it has been really the best decision. My hair ain't never grew this long. And these products, there's so much going on with the products. It's cancer causing stuff, and these products that are made for us Black people, our products have the cancer causing ingredients in them and all this other stuff. And the locks is really low maintenance. That's what people are looking for. Something that's low maintenance, they ain't got to do nothing to it, too much to it. So.
Right.
But I don't see myself going back to any of that.
So right now, you and your husband and the kids, locks is it.
My oldest son, he don't like his locks he don't like them in his face. He don't like them touching them. So he got to keep a ponytail. And he has his moments where he's like, can we cut it? And I'm like, you sure you want to, like, I put it in his ponytail. He don't have to touch your neck, but I don't know about him. So when he do seriously decide he don't want them anymore, I probably would let him, cut them if he don't like them. Right. But right now he just, so we'll wait a little bit.
Okay.
But everybody else, me and my husband for sure, I know.
Okay. Yeah. I see your husband. He is what, down to his knees, right?
Yeah, they go past, they touch his butt. For sure.
Okay. So look, I got two more questions for you. One is, when did you know that your business was a success?
Really when I was able to quit my 9 to 5, when I was able to really just not go back to work. And really, then I ain't gonna say that. I said that because I mean I didn't go back to work, but it was still rocky then. But I guess because I had just had my son, so I was off work, which off work without pay. It was a maternity. It was like a maternity leave, but they didn't pay me. So I was like, if I wouldn't have had my husband, ain't no telling, y'all don't care enough about me to even give me a little pay or some unemployment while I'm off having a baby. So I was already at the bottom then. So I'm like, when I can go back after this baby, I'm going back with my own stuff. And I'm just gonna build it from there. It's really I ain't got no choice but for it to be successful because I'm not going back.
Okay. All right. And what would be your number one advice to any potential entrepreneur, current or future entrepreneur?
Is to continue, always invest in yourself, always stay consistent, like show up for your business, post about your business, invest in yourself, meaning like if you need to get a coach, because I feel like me having a coach is really what done helped my business get to where it's at. I've had a few different coaches, but invest in something like a coach or get you a mentor or somebody that can really, kind of hold your hand and walk with you. Somebody that has done it before. Because our family members, our friends, they really can't help us with something they ain't never did. So sometimes you gotta, reach in your pocket and invest in somebody that can help you get to where you're trying to go.
Okay. All right. Now, for those people, I'm bald head, so I can't buy the products. I can only get it like merchandise. But for those people who's interested in checking out,
don't cut it in like you can't get the products, but it's a scalp and a skin oil. You got skin on your head, you got scalp on your head. It's for you too. And my men also use the oil in their beards too. So don't count yourself out.
Okay.
But go ahead.
That's good. All right, that's a good one. But how can somebody who's interested purchase your products?
So you can visit my website, www.lovethylocs.com, and everything is on there. And I ship out pretty quickly. That's where you can find my products. There's an app coming soon where you'll be able to stay in contact with me and do purchasing appointments, all that'll be in my app. But for now, lovethylocs.com.
Okay. And one last thing before we go. So once you build it and you establish it, now you just have to protect it, right?
Yeah, and keep being creative because you never stop building it. You gotta continue to be creative, let your creative juices flow, because you gotta constantly be coming up with new things and not just get at a standstill. Think, oh, it's built and now it's no. You gotta continue. It's a continuing thing.
All right. Any last message to our potential listeners or viewers?
Just I feel like I would like to let everybody know that anybody can, if you got an idea, or you feel like you want to start a business, write it down and just jot out steps to get there. It don't have to be a big leap. It doesn't happen overnight at all. So just, write it down and take the steps to get to it. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let you lack nothing. So don't let the lack of or the thought of lack of money or support and anything like that stop you from going after what you want. Just jump out there and do it, and the support will come. Everything else will come. Just do it.
Okay.
Like Nike.
All right. Well, look, I appreciate you for joining me and sharing some insight, Alex. And ladies and gentlemen, Alex. All right, and make sure you buy our products. And
yes, do.
And also, till next time, people, we out.